guys, Crispy here, welcome back to another video. In this one, my friends, I'm gonna be testing a GeForce RTX 4060 in Helldivers 2. This one is the MSI Ventus version of the card. We are running it with the latest Nvidia drivers, and I'm not manually overclocking it. You can see all of its specs right here in Tech Power Up's GPU. Recessable bar is enabled, and we got 8 gigs of GDDR6 to work with. And over on the left, we're pairing it with a Ryzen 9 7950X3D with half of its cores disabled, so it's basically a Ryzen 7 7800X3D because we're using the 3D cache cores. And over on the memory tab, we're using 32 gigabytes of DDR5 6000 MHz RAM in dual channel. Let's get into it, shall we? Also, I bet some of you are sad to see me again because, well, Digimon is prettier to look at, right? Alrighty, here we go, guys. Look at this, getting 100 FPS inside of the spaceship, which is pretty good. Let's go over the settings first. I'm starting at the 1080p resolution, native res, and the ultra settings preset. Okay, here we have it, guys, getting 70-ish frames per second. This is a nice map, actually. We got a lot of vegetation around us and grass and stuff, and dead bodies that I can't really show on YouTube properly, so please blur it, Digimon. Yes. Alright, we got some monsters right here right away. These ones, I don't really like them because they throw things at me, but hey, let's kill them all. See that? I hate that crap. Let's go. Okay, so 60s around here with all of the exploding bodies of crap. Yes, I will call them craps, okay? I'm not really seeing that much variety here in this game, unfortunately, but it's still fun nonetheless, so I still can recommend it for the gameplay, you know? Especially with your friends, it's fun. I'm just playing alone here because, you know, I have no friends. I'm kidding. All of you guys are my friends, right? Right, guys? Okay, anyways, so it seems like at 1080p resolution, if you have an RTX 4060 or if you're planning on buying an RTX 4060 to play Helldivers 2 with, Jesus Christ, you will be getting a 60 plus FPS all of the time. The great thing about this game, oh my god, go run away, god, I got killed already, Jesus Christ. As I was saying, guys, the great thing about this game is its consistency in performance. Well, aside from like gameplay and so on, which is also fun, of course, but yeah, it doesn't really matter where you are. You're always gonna see very close FPS on the 1% lows to the averages, which means that it's super consistent. It doesn't stutter whatsoever. It's a buttery smooth experience all of the time. And yeah, with 62 FPS 1% lows, with all that we've seen so far at 1080p resolution, it means that it's gonna be stable all of the time and really enjoyable. Also, I'm not gonna touch the render scale in this game because unfortunately, they're coming for me. Unfortunately, it's like TAAU, I think, that they're using here. No DLSS or FSR, and it looks like crap, basically. So just stick to native resolution when you can, or if you can't, lower resolution instead, I guess. Let's go ahead and try the 1440p res next. Here we go, 2560 by 1440 using ultra settings still, and look at that. It didn't really change by all that much. I mean, we're getting like 10 less FPS or so, but I expected a bigger drop, especially because of the 128-bit memory buzz found on this GPU. It usually struggles a little bit more than the 30 series, for example, at higher resolutions. Come on, buddy. Die, please. Gosh, I hate these guys as well. These armored bastards, dude. Please, stop. Come on. Alright, can I get him? There we go, finally. Let's reload. And let's get out of here. Oh, actually, I should check the map, right? Yeah, we're not really going in the right direction. But this is great. This is a very nice area to benchmark it at. I really like the colors here. I mean, it lacks a little bit of green, honestly, but it reminds me of Japan because they got those trees that are pink or whatever. Yeah, they're nothing like this, obviously, but still. Also, guys, thank you so much for all of the good wishes that you sent me in the previous video. I am feeling much better. Okay, so this is still playable, all right? I could definitely enjoy the game like this. Once again, it has zero stuttering issues, and that's the most important thing when it comes to playability in these third-person shooter games, I think, that don't really require very fast reactions, you know, like... It's definitely good like this, I think. Look at that, 40s, down into the 40s with all of those effects on screen. That's also another impressive thing. They managed to make a very detailed world here. Like, the textures look great and so on. And it doesn't use a ton of VRAM, and again, it doesn't really lower your FPS by much when you're seeing a ton of particles on screen. That's just... what year is this? 2017, when games were well optimized. No, it's 2024. That's crazy, right? But honestly, I wish there were more enemies in this game. Somebody told me that in other worlds there would be more enemies. More variety, you know. But I'm not really seeing it, and this is like the 4th world that I'm playing in, something like that. Maybe it's just because this is in like the same galaxy or whatever, the same area of the universe, or yeah. Come on, gosh, these guys, man. Come on, kill this one. There we go. Okay, no, he didn't die. Seriously? No, stop it. This is hard sometimes. Ammo. It sounds like me when I'm sick. Okay, objective completed. I'm still gonna destroy these. I'm not sure if you need to destroy all of them. Probably not, right? Because objective is already complete. But I like to. I'm a perfectionist, okay? Although it doesn't seem like it sometimes. Alright, anyways, that's probably enough of 1440p. Alright, you know what? I kind of want to test it out using ultra quality. The upscaling, yeah, it looks pretty bad here. It's way softer at the moment, and I can see a lot of shimmering as well, or over sharpening in some areas. It's weird, but it is getting us those 60 FPS plus. Look at that. Damn, it's good enough to put us above 60. So maybe on a smaller monitor, it won't really look that bad. You know, I'm using a 42-inch monitor, so of course it looks pretty bad here at 1440p. But if you're running like a 27-inch or even like a 24-inch 1440p monitor, I got one of those actually at my right here, it will probably look decent even with the upscaler. It's just that high settings look very similar to ultra settings in this game, so I would prefer to use high settings instead of using upscaling here. I guess if you want the ultra settings still at 1440p, all you need to do is use ultra quality render scale, and it's gonna stay above 60. Also 69 FPS there. That's just perfect, guys. Okay, let's try this at 4K resolution next. Native resolution here and ultra settings. Yep, it is bad. It is pretty bad, but it's super, super nice in terms of like the detail and so on. I can see like all of those little bugs over there. It looks pretty decent at the distance. The draw distance in this game is actually pretty good as well. And yeah, if you want to take like screenshots, for example, I would probably be fine with 4K resolution. But if you are actually playing the game, less than 30 FPS is not enough. 40 plus is also great. It's definitely super playable in this one. So 1440p native was decent. But that 60 plus FPS experience is just magnificent. So yeah, super, super smooth without the stuttering, you know, that we see in a ton of other titles. But hey, at 4K with ultra quality upscaling, it is definitely a lot softer once again. Like, I expected it to look a little bit less soft than it does right now. But I'm also using a 42... Oh, boy. I'm also using a 42-inch monitor. So, of course, I'm going to see things a little bit softer than they would be on, like, a 32-inch or a 27-inch monitor. Still, you do lose quite a bit of detail, and it will be noticeable, I guess, even on a smaller monitor. I can definitely tell that the ground textures, for example, looked a lot more detailed previously. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Come on. Stop. Okay. There we go. Yeah, it's a little bit harder to play with 30 FPS, but it's still very possible, as I told you. It's not bad whatsoever. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. The thing that kills the experience the most probably is the input lag. I wish there was like Nvidia Reflex, for example, in this game as well, to play at lower FPS. You can get used to it, obviously, but it feels pretty bad, honestly. It kind of feels like frame generation sometimes, input lag-wise. Kind of worse than in some titles, probably because of Reflex once again. But yeah, it's 30 FPS, you know, like, it's not that amazing. One thing that you can do to offset the latency issue here is lock it to 30 FPS, using like Rivet Tuner or something similar to that. And then it's gonna feel a little bit snappier because you're not maxing out that GPU utilization anymore. Yeah, that definitely feels better to aim at things and so on. So even though we're getting lower FPS slightly than what we were seeing before, holy crap, that's amazing. It actually feels more playable to me. And you know what? Maybe we should try to use some motion blur as well. I don't like motion blur, usually, and I often disable it completely, but at 30 FPS it does make it feel a little bit smoother. So if you want that console-like experience, I guess the console actually run at 60 FPS probably, because this game released on consoles as well, and it's from a PlayStation Studio or something like that. But yeah, it feels like a last-gen console experience, but with way better graphics. So there's that. All right, that's enough ultra settings. We're back to 1080p resolution now using the high settings preset. So a lot of the things are not maxed out anymore. Still ultra textures, because 8 gigs of VRAM is actually enough if games are well optimized. I also restarted the game to make sure that it fully applied the high settings, okay? Alrighty guys, here we have it. High settings, looking pretty similar to the ultra settings previously. I'm actually in another world right now, but this one also has a lot of vegetation around here, so that's great for comparing, I guess. Wait, robots? Wait, what? What is this? Finally, I'm seeing different enemies. What that? Okay, maybe we shouldn't really attack them with melee, right? Okay, interesting. Finally, we're seeing something different here, guys. It's probably because I went to the other side of Super Earth. Okay, so there's like a part of the solar system or whatever that has the Arachnidians, the spider-looking, crab-looking things, the crabs basically, and then there's the other side that I guess has these robot thingies everywhere. So yeah, making things a little bit different and more interesting in my opinion. And also, if you want that little bit of a smoother experience here at 1080p, you can have it by using high settings. You know, if you have a high refresh rate monitor and you want just to see more FPS than 60 to 70, this will definitely feel a little bit smoother. Still not high refresh rate, but smoother nonetheless. And also, if you're worried about dropping frames on ultra settings, maybe in like very, very intensive scenarios, which I haven't really come across yet, but hey, maybe there is gonna be a thing that drops FPS like crazy, right? Well, on high settings, it's definitely never gonna drop from 60 FPS, and on ultra, it might dip here and there. It's not really the end of the world. I would still choose ultra settings. I'm gonna stop it right there, guys. This is pretty decent, to be expected, because it was also very decent at ultra settings. Now, bumping it up to 1440p high, we're getting 50s. So this is pretty much the same as ultra, right? That's really weird. Maybe ultra dipped into the 40s a little bit more often, but what is this? This is really weird, actually. This is a completely different world to the previous one, on the other side of the solar system. Yet, it's pretty much the same thing in terms of environment. It also has those things over there. I guess volcanoes are present in every world, though, so that's fine. Yeah, over here we're getting 60s, so you can actually achieve 60 FPS sometimes on high settings, whereas on ultra settings it was much harder to do so. What is this? Is this the extraction point? Yes, it is. Oh, what the hell happened? Why did it drop to 40-something FPS there all of a sudden? That was really weird. Something that happened with those robots dropped our FPS like crazy. It was really, really interesting. Maybe they have like an effect that happens or something. I don't know. Over here, 40s. Dipping into the 40s. Once again, they're coming from there. And we saw it dipping again. What? Okay, so it's not as consistent fighting these enemies as it was fighting the other enemies. Yet the other enemies had a lot more particle effects everywhere. That's so weird. Can we actually make this extraction, by the way? I don't know, because the last time that I tried extracting, it was with the 1050 Ti, I believe, one of my boys actually killed me. It was so bad. We did everything right, and then getting inside of the ship, he actually killed me. I was stepping inside of the ship, he was shooting at enemies, and I died because of him. Oh my god. Okay, that was close as well. And we've done it, my friends. Finally, we successfully extracted. There we go. Obviously, I don't need to tell you this, but you can just lower it down to ultra quality to get 60 plus. But again, Ultra also got a 60 plus in the other world at least, and I'd probably stick to Ultra again, even at 1440 with upscaling. Okay, next up, let's see if at 4K resolution we can get 30 plus now on high settings. Not looking likely given what we saw at 1440. Alrighty, while dropping it didn't even dip into the 20s, but yeah, it's getting 30, very close to 30, so it will inevitably dip, guys, into the 20s, and that's not good. You don't want that, okay? Especially because with 99% GPU usage, you got a lot of input lag at the same time. Yeah, and you can't really do much about it, because if you lock it to 30, it's just gonna stay at 30 at 99% all of the time anyways. So, we still need upscaling. It's way better than it was on Ultra. Oh, it crashed. No! Okay, well, we can see the FPS while dropping, I guess, and compare it a little bit. We were getting like 40s this time instead of flat 30, you know. And as you can see, we're playing at 4K ultra quality high settings still. Oh boy, okay, yeah, well, I thought there was somebody here, like a friend or something, but no, I totally forgot. We got no bugs in this world. Let's go. No bugs in terms of like life. The creatures. Yes. Not bugs in terms of game bugs. Actually, somebody has told me in the comments that the game is full of bugs and it puts them out, but I haven't really seen many. You know, maybe I haven't played a lot, but still. Cyberbug, for example, has way more bugs now, and people don't like me to call it Cyberbug because they say that it's completely fine, and I am just dreaming because I'm seeing a lot of bugs. But no, I show it to you guys. Every time I play Cyberpunk is when I'm recording, and you guys also see the bugs, so I'm not dreaming, right? Oh my god! Oh my god! What the hell? What the hell? That was a machine gun! Jesus! Thank God we have a friend here. Holy crap. He's throwing me over there. I don't want to be there because the guy is gonna shoot at me, like, instantly. No, wait. Can I actually... Wait for it. Ah, almost hit him. I almost hit him. No! Let's go. Let's go. Got it. I got it. Let's go. There we go. This is all planned, my friends. Oh, yes. All part of the plan. Here we go. Let's go. God! Okay. My god, what the hell? Did you die with a freaking grenade or something? What? How did you come over here? Wait! Forget about the bugs. What? What was that? Alright, that's it for this. Should we try, like, quality as well for... I guess I can't really change some of the settings. Okay, I'm dropping down again at 4K native, but this time on low settings, still with ultra textures because... Well, it looks good. It can actually run ultra textures with 8 GB even at 4K res, so no problems there. We're getting close to 60 FPS sometimes. It's not really 60 though. Oh, a different robot. Interesting. So I guess if you overclock the card a little bit, or if you have a factory overclocked 4060, it should get you those 60 on average. I mean, we're actually close to getting those 60 on average. We're getting those 60 on average after all. But it's only right here. There's not really that much vegetation around this area in particular. Let me just go that way. Yeah, there we go. It drops our FPS by a little bit, putting us in the low to mid 50s most of the time around here with all of these trees around us. 51. It's still more decent and more playable than it was at like upscaling and ultra settings, or upscaling and high settings and 4K resolution. But it's still not 60 FPS and it's low settings. It looks a lot worse than ultra settings indeed. Now, using render scale on ultra quality, of course I forgot again. God damn it. Well, we're back here now playing with the low settings, ultra quality, 4K. All right, here we have it. 80 something FPS. So finally, I guess we're getting around the same FPS as 1080p high settings. Obviously, we're sacrificing a lot in terms of visual fidelity, and now the sharpness as well, because it's really shimmery, even at 4K, without upscaling. That's just bad upscaling. But hey, if you want to play at 4K at 60 plus FPS all of the time, these are the settings to do so. Not great, but it's not terrible, because at least it's getting 60 plus 100% of the time. Alright, it's just that... I would probably lower it down to 1440p, you know, even on a native 4K display, because 1440p high does look better. Around here, it drops down into the low 70s. Okay, so it's fair to say that it won't really drop at all. Let me just reinforce our boy right here. There we go. Lastly, let's do 8K resolution. Why doesn't it crash when I set it to 8K, but it crashes when I change resolution scale? I don't get it. Like, what? Seriously, what the hell is wrong with this game now? Well, this is it, guys. At 8K, we're getting less than 15 frames per second. It's probably gonna touch single digits in a second. Let's see. Over here. Yep, 9 FPS. Oh, yes, getting the same FPS as 4K in Fortnite performance mode on the GT 730. Amazing. Yet Digimon still managed to play like that. Yeah, it's not going to be playable like this. This is just for fun anyways. We're still using ultra textures though, so lowering textures down will of course make it a little bit better, but it still won't really give us more FPS. I've already tried that with the 3060 Ti 8GB GPU and it did nothing basically. It just looked even worse. Come on, I want performance. This is hard. Look at this. Oh my god. There we go. Okay, it's getting 30. That's not bad. I mean, it's super shimmery. It's probably the shimmeriest experience that I've ever seen at 8K resolution. Even with like performance upscalers, I usually use DLSS performance and it looks pretty much the same as native 8K usually in the games that support it, but here, yeah, you can tell this upscaler is just crap basically. Also guys, I'm really impressed about the memory management in this game. We were previously maxing out VRAM, it swapped things into the RAM, but now that we changed it to performance upscaling, the VRAM went down as did the RAM. In some games, like Spider-Man for example comes to mind, if you run out of VRAM and you then apply new settings, you gotta restart because the memory management just gets broken and it continues using the same RAM amount as it did previously. You know, the things that swapped into the RAM won't swap back into VRAM, even though VRAM is now available for use. But here in this game, it seems like it doesn't really do that. Definitely don't play at 8K, but you already knew that nobody's buying a 4060 for 8K gaming. I think nobody's buying anything for 8K gaming anyways. So that's been it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And hopefully I'll be back very soon with another video. See you soon. Love you all. Bye-bye.